child, 10, 11, 12 years old, walked into a Woolworth's department store. The only musical experience I had was a Magnus chord organ that belonged to my father some 30 years before, and I'd make melodies to it. I saw a harmonica and I looked at it. I knew I could play it, and I never heard anyone play one. I never saw anyone play one. As soon as I put it into my mouth, I could play. I didn't consciously set out to play harmonica or blues, but it was just something as a child that I adopted. And I kept one from 11 or 12 years old through high school to college. When one would wear out, I enjoyed it for myself. I left Chicago at 4 years old. And when I moved to Los Angeles, I knew nothing about blues. I didn't like it as a teenager, and I moved back to college, and that's where I developed the love for it.
Once upon a time, you said I'd be yours, and you sure would be mine, but that's alright. I know you don't love me no more, baby, but that's alright. But every now and then I wonder,
when I heard the blues, I found myself as a young college student going to clubs like Teresa's and Pepper's, and these were well-known little small clubs in the ghettos of Chicago, and I couldn't get enough of it. I was in college and day at blues clubs at night. The first actual live blues I heard was in 1969. It was a summer concert in Grant Park, and Willie Dixon produced it. And I never heard blues before. And I went alone, and the concert just blew me away. I think James Cotton, everyone, probably Muddy Waters, Junior Wells, Big Mama Thornton, everyone was there. And that's when I rushed home with my harmonica, because I had one blues record, and I wanted to play with it. And I couldn't play with it because I didn't realize harmonicas came in different keys. And I couldn't figure out what was wrong. A young lady on the college campus happened to be a secretary for Willie Dixon, and when she told me she was a friend of mine, I said, "Oh, you must introduce me." And this went on for years, and finally she just gave me the phone number, and I called him, and he said, "Come on down." And they happened to be rehearsing for a recording session. I had one harmonica, a strange key, F sharp. Ironically, it happened to be the right key to the song they were doing. So I practiced with him, and the next day we were in the I was at Chess Studios.
You have made great plans to span the skies.
Elvis Presley did Willie Dixon tunes, the Stones, all of the British rock groups, Tina Turner, everyone's done Willie Dixon tunes, but he's still not acknowledged.
You gave sight to the blind with other men's eyes.
He had such a forceful, charismatic persona, you know. He was just very easy to talk with. He was laid back. He did, you know, we'd get ready to do a show. He'd say, hit them hard and make them love it. And very nice man. I consider him my real teacher of blues. Well, I do the Blues in Schools program. Been doing it for 17 years. And in this program, we may have 30 to 40 children, middle school age, from 8 to 16, 17 years old. They all learn harmonica. Some of them learn guitar. Some of them learn drums. We have a slogan. We begin every day. Why are we here? To sing and play the blues. What are the blues? The facts of life. That's a quote from Willie Dixon. And what makes the blues so important? They're our history, our culture, and the roots of America's music. We go from there. I quiz them on history. You know, what was Little Walter's real name? What was Sonny Boy's real name? Who was the first one to amplify the harp? And they write original tunes, and they perform standards, and the goal is to have them perform with my band, usually in a blues festival setting. But the real goal is to transfer the idea to them that the blues is one of the greatest musics ever produced, and also for the black children that it is something you can hold your head high to know that all of America's music came from blues.
You told me, baby, that your love was strong. I woke up that next morning, all your big bad words was gone, but that's all right. I know you don't love me anymore, baby, but that's all right. But every now and then I wonder who's loving you tonight.
I'm beginning to feel focused now. It takes some longer than others, you know. As a musician, I mean, there's distractions. You can look at so many musicians' fatal ends, young, you know, I mean, from Charlie Parker, Coltrane, Billie Holiday, Jimi Hendrix. You don't have to be very explicit but you know, there's many traps. A musician is probably first got to be crazy, because a lot of times in the beginning you don't know if you're going to make it or not. You don't know if you're going to be able to have a roof over your head or pay bills or what have you, but it's just a matter of just believing, and I think I had a lot of faith. And I'm still not where I want to be, but at least the door is open.